there, Aries. I hope you guys are doing great. I've been away from my channel for a little bit. I've been dealing with some physical stuff, but I still have to have surgery. But right now I feel up to doing some readings and I wanted to get into it. So let's just go ahead and do so with May, because we are in May 2021. And if you're getting this message, June, July, August, or maybe 2022, who knows, just consider it. I want to start considering readings kind of timeless. So whatever the message is, if you receive it at that time, the message is being presented for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this reading a little bit more for you, Aries. So I feel like I need to do some oracle cards first. Show me for Aries, please. Okay. You have two cards popping out, Aries. One is adventures, and the other is purification. Some of you may be needing to clear space so you can have more time to yourself, more personal time, things that you can enjoy. You know, I think a lot of the time we get to be stuck in this very narrow scope of experience, and if you can clear that out, that may be something that can benefit you. I know a lot of us can get very monotonous with things, and you guys, especially you, can have it. Like if you even think about your card, like the Emperor, you know, it's like this is very driven energy, very focused, very dutiful, very unyielding, but sometimes you need to be able to step back so you can have the opportunity to experience the lighter things in life, the more enjoyable things. Break it down so you can have some ease. You know, if you're putting that much energy out, there's a point where you have to receive something to balance that energy out, some softness, some comfort there. Okay. So you have new life coming out, and round, kind of like what I just mentioned there, as far as, let me put these up here so you can see them at least. New life, round and round. You know, if you're stuck in a circular kind of, just going over and over and over again, you have to break it up. Okay, it feels like new life is breathing new energy, new purpose into something, experiencing something new. Okay, so go ahead and give me some energy for the sign of Aries, please. I'm going to take this one because it's up. You have a couple of other cards there, but I'm not taking them. This is the Seven of Swords in reverse coming out for the first card, which I think is great just because this can really talk to us about stepping away from things that people or situations that are really detrimental to us. This could be letting go of a person, a job, a situation, or even kind of like a personal trait or flaw that keeps you and others stuck. It's very negative. It's pervasive. It's something that can be very ugly in a way. If you're dealing with a person, this can also talk about somebody pretty much fessing up to perhaps what they've done if they've created any type of chaos or problems in your life. It's sometimes people getting caught, you know, when negative things that they've contributed are afoot, you know. Sometimes it can also be where we've removed ourselves from life in a very kind of intentional way because we know that we are the only one that can do something. It's like we kind of have like this almost megalomaniac, egoic type energy. And what I'm picking up again is that Emperor energy again, but when it kind of gets turned on itself, you know, in reverse, the Emperor can be very, very ugly, very, very mean, rude, possessive, very judgmental, almost sometimes even they can be, you know, they can border on like, I don't want to say criminal energies, but, you know, don't put it past them to do something underhanded, that kind of energy. And so here it's almost as if I'm feeling like we're coming, if you've removed yourself because you feel like I can do it better, I can, you know, it's kind of the you show, me, you know, it's like realizing that that may not be the healthiest place to be coming from, and kind of reintegrating with people, making yourself accessible again so that you can share ideas and be on a team. People can trust you again. And not to say that they lost a ton of trust in you, but it makes it easier for people to communicate so they're not so on guard around energy. And this could also be your energy with somebody else. Okay, let's go ahead and pull the rest of the cards out. Show me for Aries. The Seven of Pentacles coming out here. I'm going to pull the rest of them and then we'll get into the messages. The Three of Pentacles. Two more cards. Ace of Swords. Four of Cups. In the bottom of the deck, the Five of Swords. So you have some heavy energy here, Aries. Yeah, let's put this here, the Five of Swords. So you have some heavier energy, with the Seven of Swords in reverse coming through here and the Five of Swords being at the bottom of the deck. So it wouldn't be surprising if either you've dealt with a situation that's been very difficult, dealing with people that are difficult. This can also talk about situations where there's been a lot of animosity and aggression between people, playing mind games, not having fair communication. It's heavy, and this may be a situation dealing with work. It can also, with the Three of Pentacles in the center of this reading, it can deal with people who you otherwise would have good connections with, but something here is getting in the way. And that could be, again, aggression, megalomania, feeling like you know all the answers, you have all the answers. It's kind of like a haughty, arrogant attitude that I'm feeling, and it's important to let that go. In regard to that, it's time to reflect upon that energy, and if this isn't resonating with you, I can't help that. I'm telling you what I'm feeling and what I'm feeling. I'm an intuitive reader here. I'm not cookie cutter, so a lot of you know me, my readings. So yeah, this is an opportunity to really assess how you are going about that type of energy. It's also talking about in relationships when it comes to money, your work relationships, the people that you connect with for your financial connections, how you go about that type of energy. Again, it's important here so that we make ourselves available to be on board with people. We're not pushing ourselves away or pushing people away because we have this arrogant nature. And I think that can really go far for you. The focus here in this reading, it feels, is there's the Three of Pentacles, which is all about communication, getting along with people, working on the same page with people, really making an effort to be present for the success and goal achievement of everybody involved with things. Even if it's just a partner, even if it's just yourself, it seems like somebody is at odds. If it's just you, then this is a situation where we really need to be mindful of how we sabotage our opportunities, how we waste our time, how we, really lose purpose in our goals, so it's really being focused on that. There's the element of purification from that too. So there's an awareness here where we have to be available to change, the availability for change. And it leads you on adventures. It leads you towards a new life. It feels like you've kind of been in this cyclical energy with the round and round. Where something that has not been working for you has been more constant in your life than what could be working for you. And I think it's important that you start to assess how to release that here, Aries. With the Ace of Swords here, there's a lot of energy in regard to that purification energy. Again, really being conscious of how you can free up time, free up space, free up old attachments, things that are not healthy for you. It's a clarity of mind as well with the Ace of Swords, a clarity in communication. How can you make your communication more effective? How can you bring your information to other people in a more palatable way? A lot of the time where we have really good ideas, but there's a harshness about us, or again, we have to be right, or we're very immalleable, not immobile. It's like a fixed energy. it's almost as if you try to give information to people and they push it away because they realize they'd rather not deal with you, or in some capacity because they also realize they're going to have to deal with arrogance, or I know more than you, or something like that. I'm picking that up a lot here for whomever this is for. This is a general reading, okay? And it also, in turn, with the Four of Cups here, it can cause opportunities that could be really good to actually depart from you. They don't come to you as easily because people have learned a certain way that you are, and they push you away, or this could also be you recognizing this in a person that you're dealing with, whether this be work related or relationship related. And so it's like you're kind of like pushing somebody away because you realize, I don't want to deal with this, But the goal here overall is to maintain better relationships in regard to communication, to be able to be a team player, somebody who can be very much trusted in all levels here, okay? Kind of a weird reading, but let's keep going, all right? Yeah. Let's do this deck. Show me the Seven of Swords in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse here for Aries. Some of the readings come out very love relationship. Some of them come out more financial. Some of them come out spiritual, attitude, all of the different spectrums of life. These are tarot readings for thousands of people, on the internet. So if it resonates, it resonates, all right? Show me the Seven of Swords in reverse. So for the Seven of Swords in reverse, you have the Six of Swords here, okay? Which is good. It talks about letting go of situations, being mindful of how you really... how they don't serve you any longer. It's really seeing the forest for the trees. It's being able to assess things in a very honest way, so we can move forward without having so many attachments and ensnarements to the past. This is trying to do the work so that you can actually see past things, so that you can move on. And it's important that we leave in this picture. If you look, the swords here are being left in the ground or in the ocean, whatever it is. They're not in the boat, okay? They're not in the boat, which is good because it means that we're not taking those issues with us. We're allowing them to fall away so we can have a better outcome, so we can have a better, more secure experience, versus being somebody who's very reactionary, or being somebody who does things in underhanded ways, or dealing with people like that, And for some of you as well, in relationships with people, where you've kind of experienced this and their energy is very, like I said, arrogant, but it's powerful, but not in a healthy way. This is an opportunity for you to recognize where it doesn't work for you anymore. Focusing here on the Three of Pentacles, this energy is very much about collective working together. It's in unison type energy. It's fairness, equality. And this is being at the main of this reading, it's telling me that is the focus. If you can't achieve that with somebody because they have to be right all the time, or they're doing underhanded things, or there's some sort of like mental games that people play, you're not into it. You're out of it. You'd rather shut them off, and focus on healing yourself than dealing with that altogether. So I think that that's great. Show me the Seven of Pentacles for Aries, please. So for the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords, okay? So this is a lot of mental energy that this has been taking from you. Seven of Swords, Five of Swords, Six of Swords, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. The Queen of Swords, this could be an air sign energy, Aries, Aquarius, oh my God, Aquarius, Gemini. Oh, my air signs are all out the window, Aquarius, Gemini, and Jesus Christ. Well, you know who I'm talking about. Good Lord. Anyway, it's literally a blank, and this is what I do. So whatever that is, maybe it's not that person, or maybe it's so much that person, that sign, that like I can't even say it. It'll come to me eventually. But with the Queen of Swords here, this is an energy that's very much, they claim what they want, and it's by honesty, by truth. It's somebody who's not willing to deal with people's shortcomings any longer. And I mean that in a very very honest way. You know, if there's a lot of negativity that's coming from somebody, this queen is very much of the mindset to find out why. They're fair in how they make an assessment of that person, but their action is to make an assessment. Is this fair for me to remain in, or is this something that I need to cut out? And this type of energy is one where we are very practical, we're very logical, we're very clear in the way that we make our direction in regard to exit or remain, you know. So it's one of assessment here with the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Okay. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. God, fucking hell. I'm so sorry. Show me the Three of Pentacles here for Aries. Okay. So you have this coming out sideways, Aries. This is the Six of Cups here. It's coming out this way. Now, the Six of Cups can talk about somebody who we've had in our lives for a long time. Capricorn energy coming out on the bottom of the deck with the Devil here. I'm just going to put it upright. But this can talk about, in a sideways, reversey kind of energy, it's not really having a good association with the experiences and the memories that you're having here. There's kind of like trouble afoot, or there's some sort of dissatisfaction in regard to a connection that might have been very, very nice in the past. But there's something here that is kind of keeping it not really gelling anymore. This can talk about energy in regard to people who feel more like soulmates, people who are connected to us in very deep ways. This can be people who are the parents of our children. This can be siblings, family members, you know, people that feel like they've been in your life for a very long time. The whole point here is, though, connection. And for this to be, I'm going to put it sideways, I feel. So for this to be back and forth waffling on this energy, it's like you can have good times with a person here, and then sometimes not. And like it feels like the sometimes not is becoming more so problematic here, especially with the Devil at the bottom of the deck, because this is really telling me that there are like negative associations, toxic ties, situations and connections with this person that cause more problems, you know, more harm than good. And sometimes it's really important for us to be able to face that and let it go, you know, which is the whole energy of the Queen of Swords here. Because it's really requiring us to look at a situation through a lens of reality, you know, the things that we've already experienced with this person. You know, it's honesty, but towards ourselves and towards the person. It's a dutiful fairness that I think, you know, sometimes is hard to achieve, because we want people to feel good. We want to, you know, help people. We want to make sure people are okay. And sometimes we can put them ahead of ourselves, and it's time to put that back now. Okay. This could also be somebody doing this to you if your energy has been very negative, or, what is the word? It's almost like domineering, powerful energy that I'm feeling, but it's out of touch. It's not healthy. Show me the Ace of Swords here for Aries. So for the Ace of Swords, you have the Lovers coming out and the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So this is all about communication. You have Gemini energy coming up here. A lot of, again, air energy in this reading. With the Lovers here, this could also be same-sex relationship. This deck has 4 Lovers cards in it. Okay, this one is of 2 females. This is also could be a biracial couple. I'm just mentioning it out there just because, you know, not everybody's straight, not everybody's one race, but, you know. So with that energy, it's like being fair to the connection, but also honoring it in a way that is sensitive and loving, but also making a head over heart decision. Okay. And I want to say it again, head over heart. And that seems to be the other energy that's being presented here. It's like that. I feel a lot of you are like purifying a situation so that you can have more in your life, but that really happens when you can create a break from a situation or a person. It gives you more freedom. You may love a person, but you may not love that aspect of somebody, especially if it's something that has been very negatively charged in your life over and over again. Show me the Four of Cups for Aries. You have the Fool coming out, Aries. And the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck for that energy. Now, it's interesting because the Knight of Cups coming out with this can really talk about, for me, this can really talk about having honest conversations with people, especially with that Ace of Swords and that Page of Swords that came out at the bottom of the deck earlier for the last card. There's an intentional communication here. This is to rectify things, you know, and if sometimes rectifying things means separating from a person or cutting somebody out, then that's probably the most important thing to do for you. If that's going to, you know, save your brain, save your heart, save your money, save, you know, your connection with a person, save your sanity, you know. With the Four of Cups here, it's almost as if like we have the opportunity to push something away, you know, so we can have a better outcome for ourselves. It's almost as if this Fool card, this energy is like kind of clutching itself before it really stands up to anything. It's like saving itself for something, it feels. It's almost ready to go, but it's like in that interim phase before it takes off. And I feel like this needs to be dealt with first. So for some of you, you may also be dealing with job situations where it's like you've been dealing with a boss that has been like this and you need to separate from it. With the Knight of Cups there, though, this can talk about emotional communication, situations where sometimes we are dealing with people who maybe have emotional distress. This does not always mean emotional distress or emotional, you know, baggage or emotional problems, but when it's kind of paired with all of this energy, what I'm feeling here is that there's the opportunity to communicate from somebody with someone and to clear the air, to clear energy, to be mindful of how somebody operates or why they might operate in a certain way, and bring some awareness to that. If it's bringing awareness to yourself, then so be it, but it gets you on a better foot. It allows you to help heal a situation so that you're not stuck in this endless round and round loop. Okay. I'm going to use the Osho Zen deck. I'm not going to read it as a tarot reading. I just want the messages, or tarot cards. I just want the messages from this deck, okay? Show me for Aries, please, regarding the situation. Politics. Okay. Interesting. This is the Seven of Swords card. So again, we have this energy. This could be politics at work. This could also be the politics that people, I don't know. I'm not really, oh shit, there goes the deck. I'm not super, well, that's not true. I am kind of political, but I'm not somebody that's trying to like shove it down your throat. There are those people that are out there that kind of, it's not a good look, you know. So, and again, what I'm feeling here is the whole thing that I don't like about politics is somebody always has to be right. Their opinion always has to be right, you know. And so it's kind of like this bam, 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 you know, people clashing. Here we have somebody who's obviously a snake, okay, and they have their little mask that they can wear, but overall, not so great. So again, I feel like this reading is really talking in reference to somebody who needs to have some self-awareness, needs to actively go towards rectifying how they are, how they come off, what their approach is, you know, why they need to control things, why they need to be underhanded in situations. Give me one for the Seven of Swords here for politics. So we've got love coming out in reverse here. Generally, there would be the romantic feelings here. I'm not picking up on romantic feelings. If you need to apply that, that's fine. But it came out in reverse here. So it's kind of like operating within a level of not being able to use compassion, not being able to display love or show love in the way that we communicate. It's a very selfish energy I'm picking up on, Aries, for whomever you're dealing with, or if this is you. And at the bottom of the deck here, you have observing, watching, taking notice. So again, a reference to self-awareness, or sometimes removing yourself can bring awareness to a person when maybe they weren't available to accept that type of information about themselves. Sometimes people need to be alone and left alone for them to get the message. And that can be very difficult for people who care about others, because we want to help. We want to, we want to care. We want to nurture. We want to make sure that that person's okay. But sometimes the baby bird needs to get thrown out of the nest, or the asshole needs to get locked out of the house. It's that kind of situation. I don't mean to laugh, but like, that's what I'm picking up. And then I'll go ahead and read a quick wisdom healing oracle crystal wisdom for Aries. Show me for Aries, please. One card for Aries. Okay, let's see what you have here, Aries. Polychrome jasper. Okay, let's go ahead and read this here for you. Polychrome jasper, belonging. Polychrome jasper is a shaman stone that assists with traveling between worlds, offering protection while you travel. It helps you to remember why you are living on Earth. Self-understanding. You belong to a greater group of oh my God, my words today. You belong to a greater group, be it family or clan. If you feel isolated, reach out to others out of strength rather than neediness. The stone offers you security. For companionship, choose an animal ally. Ground your efforts in the practical, everyday world. You have the gift of meditation and see all sides of an issue. Divination. Big changes in the offing. Concentrate on practical outcomes. Be down to earth, but pay attention to dreams. Balance your emotional energies and nurture yourself to find joy. Find your power ally and stay under its protection and guidance. Give assistance to others who seek freedom. Guard against giving away your power. Healing insight. Disease arises out of the ancestral distress carried in DNA. Healing and forgiveness sent down your family line. Replace it with well-being. Frequency earthy. Chakra, the spleen under the left armpit. Earth star and soma mid-hairline. Timing Leo, Libra, Aquarius. Soul path, integration, and reconnection. So that is what I have here for you guys. I hope that this is helpful. I know it's kind of a wild ride, but this is what I have for you. Not every reader is going to be about love and romance. So if this is at all helpful, I hope it is. I'm going to let it go here. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to leave a donation, that's awesome. It definitely helps me. And I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.